Guys, this is it. This is the final Epic Universe construction update. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Love Our Life, and thank you for joining us throughout the last 3 years to cover Epic Universe as we have dived into the photos from BioReconstruct on X to talk about the progress of Epic Universe leading up to this point. Starting this coming week, team members are allowed to bring family and friends to the park, and so we're getting so close to the opening of this park. Of course, we have less than 60 days now, or less than 70 days, excuse me, until that happens. This will definitely be the last construction update video, and I will explain when we get to the end of the video, but let's get into the photos real quick. And once again, thank you to BioReconstruct, as always, your hero. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Kronos, because the Kronos is amazing. We know that, but let's take a look at this photo here. You can see here, this is an aerial overview of the Kronos, but I want you to notice something. We talked about this last week. Over to the left and the right of these photos are these brown, like bronze towers. Now, it looks like these are going to be your directories of which way to go in the park and maybe to tell you where certain restaurants are. I think this is a really cool, amazing thing that they added to this. Also, look at all the greenery behind the Luna overlook here. I mean, this, remember when it was dirt? This is completely finished. It just looks like it's park ready for everyone. Speaking of that, I've heard that this weekend that currently executives are supposed to be in the park, and so that's why they're trying to get everything done so quickly, because the family and friends preview starts on Monday. So there's 2 days, Friday and Saturday, or excuse me, Saturday and Sunday, that they did not have previews for team members. So that would make sense for them to show up then, right? But let's get moving on here. Let's talk about this. We saw Epic Universe at night in last week's update video, and I wanted to show the Celestial Carousel, or the Constellation Carousel. I got to get that right here in this photo. But here is something very unique and different. Here is Luna. You can see she's holding her pearl or her moon, depending on who you're asking. Team Pearl. Those t-shirts are coming really soon, I promise. Anyway, you see her all lit up here, ready to go. They're trying to get everything produced and ready for this park to open, obviously. Although the team member previews, the family and friend previews, only go until 5 p.m. on some days, and towards the end of them go to 7. So still technically with the time change, no one's still going to see it at night yet. So that's pretty crazy. Also in this next photo here, you can see we have Apollo, which is right in front of the Helios Grand Hotel. Here is him during the day. Now here is a photo of him at night, looking amazing. So many details in this here. You can see that the ring around him is lit up. We talked about that last week. But even more detail here. You can see his little sunbeam around him, or whatever that thing's called. Don't hate me in the comments. Come on now. Be gracious. The thing around his head there, little sun thing, whatever, is burning a bright orange and yellow color. And also you can see down here with his, looks like his quiver for his arrows is also lit up. So this looks amazing. Here's another angle of it here for you to see a little further away, so you can see that there. As I was saying, I've been saying ever since that there's so many details here that we can dive into and talk about, obviously, but it's just these little things that they add to it that makes it so much more amazing. All right, let's stay in Celestial Park for just a minute, and let's talk about the Atlantic restaurant, which finally got some theming on the doorway. You can see this blue fish right above the door. They do have the steps leading up to it. You can see in this photo here. And then there is a fish above the door. This next photo here is a little closer to that fish. And you can see here is like a blue and a gold. There's little flecks of purple in there too. This looks amazing. I am looking forward to this restaurant. I like seafood. It just depends on the seafood. But I am very, very excited for this and cannot wait. And I wanted to share that with you because that is kind of a big deal. So everything that we're covering today is kind of cosmetics that's been finished along the park. Just little things here and there. A couple of small things, a couple of big things. Speaking of small things, let's take a look at this next photo. We have the little amphitheater here. You can see over to the left, there have been some tables and chairs added for seating, obviously, so you can eat there or you just chill, whatever. I've made this point before that I feel like this whole Celestial Park is supposed to be what Epcot's World Celebration is supposed to be as well, like, but on a grander scale, with more to do than two little things. That's probably not a fair comparison, but when I think about Celestial Park, I think Epcot. It just gives me that vibe, if that makes sense. Like the 80s feel, futuristic stuff, and then with Epic Universe, it gives me just this celestial feel, like we're supposed to feel. But that is a cool added detail here. Here's one over the top of the Celestial Carousel, or the Constellation Carousel. I will get it right. Up above here, you can see that they're working on the sign there. They're fixing a couple little things here and there. And once they're finished with that, I'm sure it'll look amazing. And like I said, just here and there, they're fixing little things, trying to get things done. But let's move over to the Wizarding World really quick. And you can see here that we have some performers out here in the streets. They're entertaining the team members that were there to have fun and enjoy. And obviously, this is going to be going on during the day. So I love the fact that they're adding more and more performers to this. That just adds a lot to it for me, and I'm really loving this. And I think that they're going to do such a good job with all the entertainment that's coming to the park. Another thing here, this photo, Bio's saying that he thinks this is an audition going on, which is very interesting. So if that's the team member, if you're the team member auditioning, good luck. I hope you got the part. All right, let's talk about La Circa de Arcanus real quick. Now this thing, we cannot wait. I've heard early reports that this show is phenomenal, and I cannot wait to experience it myself. But I just wanted to point out how everything appears to be done here. You can also see the team members that are letting everyone in there and talking to everyone, and they're just greeting guests. So it just makes it feel even more real seeing this photo here. Next photo, let's hop over to the Isle of Berk really quickly, and we're going to talk about Dart for just a minute. You can see Dart is out entertaining the guests, meeting with the guests, and there are no barriers around him now, which looks awesome. I'm glad they're doing that. I was hoping for this. We don't want barriers around him. Now, whether you're going to be able to go up and pet him, I highly doubt that, or take a picture with him. I don't know. No one has said anything about that, but it's a nice little performance piece to see him walking around and doing whatever. In this next photo, though, I don't know the name of the Vikings, but if you look to the bottom left here, you can actually see some of the characters from the film walking around and greeting guests. That's one thing that I've noticed so far. We haven't seen Super Mario. We haven't seen Mario. We haven't seen Luigi, Peach, Toad, or Donkey Kong yet. But in the other lands, we've heard reports of character meet and greets that are pretty heavy going on. So this gives me hope that we will see this more and more as it continues on, and I am ready for this. Now, if you'll see in this next photo here, we have some kind of a die cast, like stone looking type of Toothless here in this photo, which is right next to the fire drill. Here's a closer photo here for you to see, and this looks amazing. It almost looks like a catapult, kind of. Not that it is, but it kind of looks like it just a little bit. I'm loving what they are doing with that. And in this next photo, we have more dragons looking awesome, all the theming. Now, what's particular about this one is this is the drying stations. So once you get off Fire Drill, you'll be able to go in there and dry off just like you get off of Jurassic Park River Adventure and so on. I'm looking at Popeye and Bluto's barge. That thing, you definitely need a dryer for that. But this is a ride where you can dry off, obviously, here. And then over here on Hiccup's Wing Gliders, just some of the dragons hanging out. You can see them there. Green and purple, kind of a purplish pink color, just hanging out that you will see as you're going over the coaster, which looks amazing. Now, this next photo here, this is the end or the entrance of the portal, but it's the back side of that, whenever you're going through there, you can turn back around and look and see what is written there. It's just like a map of Burke. That's so cool. The little details like that matter the most to me. I think that's amazing. All right, we have a couple more photos here, and then that will be it. So let's talk about this first. We have the fountains turned on in Celestial Park. You can see over here the main fountain itself. The fountains are bursting with water. They are coming out there just on, and no toxic sludge in the fountain anymore. That has been removed. Obviously, we knew it would be, but it definitely has been removed. And also in the next photo, you can see it here around the Constellation Carousel, how it's just kind of going up. I'm hoping this is like an all-day thing, that this is almost like a little show kind of thing. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. But that looks awesome to me. I love water features. You guys know this, talking about this the whole time. I'm a big pool guy. I love going to the pool. So anything to do with water, I just love. But anyway, let's talk about this last thing. And this was the thing that was the most controversial. And we didn't know if we were going to get it before the park opened. But guess what? We are getting it. The Blue Dragon has finally made its way to the entrance of the Blue Dragon Pan Asian restaurant. Now, Bio shared some photos yesterday of just half of them done. And then I had a feeling to wait to make this video because I knew he was probably going to go back out there again today. And he is completed. Look at, well, he's almost completed. He's missing his tail. So you can see this is full on, and over to the right, you can see where the menu is going to be, where you can see what's going on with the menu and what you want to buy. This next photo is just kind of a side photo, so side profile there. Obviously, the greenery needs to be done at the base of him, and the tail needs to be added. So that's a couple of things. But these photos just surrounding him a little bit further away just look amazing and great. Now this last photo here, you can see he's backed up quite a bit, and you can kind of get the feel and idea of how this is going to look. I mean, they are so close. This is looking just like the concept art, with all the added details and added pieces underneath there, under the awning there. And obviously some added things just in little places with greenery here and there. So with that being said, that is it. That is the final Epic Universe construction update video from me in this style. And I say that because the next time we make a video like this, I will have been inside of Epic Universe. That's right. I'm going to Epic this week, and I will be reporting back of what I see and what I do in a full-length documented video, and then we will do a live stream at some point to answer your questions on that as well. I have to say that over the last 3 years, I have started with this update. I did one randomly just to see how I would like it and how you guys would like it, and you ended up loving it, and you guys have come back time after time after time. And for me to be in this moment where knowing that in just a couple of days I'm going to be walking through the Kronos is really unbelievable. I can't process everything going on in my head and how I'm going to feel. Before the park actually opens, I will get to go a few times, and I'm very thankful for that and for those that have invited me. And also we have annual pass holder previews that are coming up that we've heard about, and then a couple other things I can't discuss. But I will say that there is no filming allowed at this time. That will come in the future. You better believe it. But I'm going to give you guys a full breakdown of everything that I experienced. And it's probably going to be this type of video, just talking to you and talking about my experience. I'll throw some concept art photos, I'm sure, over top of it, and we'll go from there. Now, if BioReconstruct does put out more photos, we will continue to do these videos, but I feel like it's going to be kind of cool to do them after that because I'll have a different perspective and be able to answer everything properly. So keep an eye out for that video. That'll come out early next week. Well, this week, obviously. And the live stream we'll try to schedule for maybe in a few days. It'll probably be in the afternoon sometime during the week, and we'll try to talk about that and everything there. But I'm beyond excited. Like I said, I can't express into words what I'm feeling right now. And the sun is, I've just noticed the sun is beaming through. But I can't express into words what I feel and how blessed I am to be able to go and to go this early. So thank you to those who have invited me. You will rename nameless and anonymous because it's, you know, it is what it is. I just want to preface that I did not ask. I was asked. I was invited myself. I did not reach out and ask myself. So I know a lot of people have done that. Just be respectful of team members and their family and their friends. And yeah. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can hear my update video and everything we're going to talk about. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. This is the last construction update video before I go to the park. Yes, I can't believe I'm saying that. Thank you guys. The road goes ever on. I will see you in the parks.